Hey y'all. Hello, my divine ladies. Welcome to my channel. If this is your first time, this is your host, Milo Divine. Welcome. So, on my channel, I like to discuss things from a more conservative view. And my goal is to help women to actually embrace the power that she has as being a feminine woman, treating herself like the prize that she is, embracing the wealth that she was born with, because that is what she is, that is what she has. And when a woman knows her worth, she becomes unstoppable. There's nobody who can come in between the way she feels about herself. That's why I always tell women you always have to feel good about who you are and treat yourself like the prize. Because when you treat yourself like the prize, you're letting everybody around you and the universe around you know that I will not accept anything less than the best, because that's what you deserve. And this is what I want to do, motivate women on my channel to understand her worth, understand that. And I honestly realize being a feminine woman makes your life so much easier. It is a lot easier when you know that being in your feminine energy, you know how to receive. You know how to receive support. You know how to receive help. You know how to receive money. You know how to receive gifts. You know how to receive prosperity. You know how to receive everything. Hey girl, how you doing, baby queen? You know how to receive everything because you know that's what you deserve. This is the best thing that a woman can do for herself. Literally. This is the best thing a woman can do for herself is to understand that she deserves the best. And I know sometimes it's hard for women to take that in. She feels like giving up. And I'm telling you right now, don't give up on your femininity. Don't give up on what makes you who you are. And a lot of times, what happens when a woman goes to work, she literally loses a part of herself that she actually suppresses. That's why you hear so many, women saying, "Oh my God, his job is killing me." Literally, it is. It's killing her potential, her drive, her spirit, her energy. Knowing that she doesn't have to work. This is the gift because all women are born wealthy. If she understands that, she wouldn't have to find herself doing anything outside of herself, trying to find herself, you know, becoming masculine by feeling the need that she needs to keep up with men or anything like that. When a woman understands her worth, she doesn't let anybody deter her from her worth. She doesn't let anyone do that. When somebody wants to be of service to her, she willingly says yes. And learning how to receive is such a big thing that women, should embrace. Learning how to receive, learning that, oh, you know what? Somebody wants to do something for me. Yes, I'm going to say yes. I'm going to take it. Because that's the point of understanding your worth. That's the point. And of course, in society, they don't teach women that enough. They don't tell her that. They tell her that the only way she's going to feel worthy is if she goes to school and work for somebody else. She finds herself in debt right out of school. So she finds herself, doing things that she wouldn't want to do. She doesn't like doing, but then she does it anyways. And I'm saying, like, there's no point of doing something you don't like doing it because it's just going to create more misery in your life. And when you don't feel good, you don't attract things good in your life. Everything that we want is based on how we feel about ourselves, how we feel about our situation, how we feel about anything. That's how you attract the things that you want, but understand that, you know what, this makes me feel good. So if it's money that makes you feel good, just focus on the feeling. Don't focus on, oh my God, looking at your account or anything. I focus like, you know what? If I had this much, this would make me feel good. And when you feel good, you just attract more positivity in your life. You attract more of that. That's a gift that a lot of people don't know how to harness. A lot of people don't know that. And I tell women this all the time. I'm like, girl, especially when I know them, I'm like, do you know how special you are? Do you know how worthy you are? And then women be like, oh, well, because of this happened to me, because of that. And it's like, don't worry about your past. Your past is gone. It's never coming back. It was an experience. You've been there. You've done it. Holding on to past thoughts and actions, holding on to anything that never made you feel good, there's no point, because it doesn't put you in energy, in a good vibration for you to attract more in your life. It doesn't do that. And I say, like, this is so important, that you have to feel good. And finding something that you feel good about is going to make you, put you in that energy where you're like, you know what? I deserve this. I deserve this. There's angels all around us. And sometimes we just got to open up our eyes and understand, like, oh my God, this was a gift. This was here for me all along. I was born to receive. And as a woman, we are born to receive. But when women don't want to hear that, or women don't want to understand, or she doesn't want to take that in, she makes her life harder than it already is. She literally attracts negative things by her feeling lack. And when she feels lack, she gets more of it. You said you've seen a lot of conversations and debates about educated women versus women who just receive. It's interesting. I'm both, but I see a lot of women don't know what to do. Yeah, because on one hand, they make us believe that, having an education is going to somewhat make a woman feel like she has more value, that she has something to bring to the table when she's in a relationship. But to me, I don't think having an education means anything. Having an education is just like, I guess you could say something, an accolade that she can just talk about and say, hey, this is what it is. But I see educated fools every day. Actually, when I say educated fools, I'm thinking about people who feel a need that their career makes them worthy. But then she will find herself in a situation where she's splitting bills with a man. How did that education help her choose a better man? It didn't do nothing. So all she really did was cause more strife in her life. Because once a man knows that a woman has a career, it's easier for, and I'm not talking about a masculine man. I'm talking about the average. But I know masculine men, they're not looking at a woman about, how educated she is. What they're looking at is how feminine she is. Is she a woman that can receive? Because when you're a feminine woman, you're going to be in a receiving mode. You know what I'm saying? You get in a receiving mode. This is the best thing that woman can do for herself. Because when she's in a receiving mode, she knows that she's already trusting in the universe. She's trusting in the source. She's trusting in God will provide. Because most times when a woman gets an education, or not even education, a career, it's so she can provide for herself. So she can provide for herself. So she doesn't ever have to worry or rely on anything or anyone else but herself. And that's a lot of stress. That is a lot of stress to put on to a woman. That is so much stress. And it's like, what's the point of that? You know? Again, if a woman wants to go get an education, but that's on by all means, or not even say education, a career, that's on her. But I know for a fact, masculine men do not care about that because they're not looking at your wallet when he's the provider. He wants her to be in her feminine energy to receive from him. Exactly. DJ, exactly. Education is one thing, but identifying as a career makes a woman masculine. Because it's like, it's not easy going to school all the time, every day, and then having to pay for it afterwards. You got to pay for the career that you want people to boast you, to highlight you with. You know how much of a struggle that is? I'd rather somebody else pay for that if that was the case. But then I don't even got the time or energy to do it. Hey, Sahatu, how you doing? Hey, yo. And that's what it is, because that's what a lot of these career women feel right now. Is trapped. They feel like they have to work. They have to do it to pay off the education that, that they're using to take care of themselves. The only thing I fall back on is God. That's me. That's just me. I don't feel any ways. Because I've been taken care of this long in my life without needing, a career. I could continue another how many years more? You know what I'm saying? It's like I still got everything I wanted despite not ever having a career. I still got everything that I wanted. How was that? Because most of the times in my life, I always was ready to receive. I was like, hey, anytime somebody wanted to do something for me, there was no hesitation. Especially when a man wants to do something for me, there was no hesitation. There was never a point in me that said, oh, no, thank you, just in case he may try to use it against me. Who cares? I honestly don't care. And you know what? Funny enough, I never had a man use anything he did for me against me. I just never had it. It just never happened. Because anytime I get something, I'm saying this person is doing it from the kindness of their heart, and I'm going to receive this. Not, can I borrow this and I'll pay you back? Oh, hell no. I've never seen that. I don't need to borrow nothing. That's the last thing I'm going to say to him. Can I borrow some money? What? No, I'm asking, you have this money to donate to me? And when you hear the word donation, they know you're not getting nothing back from it. Do you have this money to donate to me? That's what I want to know. You have this money to donate to me. If you got this money to donate to me, I am here to receive it. Like I said yesterday, I'm at my own charity. Come, go ahead and give me some money. I accept donations all day, every day. That's what I expect, especially if I'm in the presence of a man that is interested in me. And when you're in your feminine energy, you don't have to do anything extra outside. You don't have to chase. You don't have to beg. You don't have to do nothing. You literally just rest. It's light energy. You literally just rest. You literally just take it in like, oh, I feel so happy that I have somebody who wants to do for me. I am so happy. I'm grateful. It's so much easier. Not feeling need that I need to, arm open the door like myself. If there's a man there, I will wait. I will literally wait. I will literally just wait for this man to open the door so I don't have to. I remember one time I was standing in, I can remember I was standing in the bank, and this guy, this tall white guy, it was so funny. And I was like to myself, I'm like, you know what? I don't even know this guy, but I'm gonna get this guy to open my door. He's standing there like he waited for me to say something. Of course, most of the time, hey, I was just a test. I said, I'm just gonna tell this guy, open my door. Can you get the door for me? It wasn't even a question. When I said it to this guy, he had no hesitation. He's like, oh, absolutely. He's like, absolutely, here you go. And I'm like, yes. That's what feminine energy does. It makes your life easier because you don't have to do anything you don't want to do. It feels great. I am absolutely glad that I didn't stress myself in trying to do something, I didn't want to do. I'm telling you, my mother wanted me to be a nurse. And this is not against anything nurses. I just was like, no, you weren't happy doing it. Why would I want to do it too? She's not happy being a nurse. She's not happy working. Why would I want to do that? Why would I want to share that misery with you? I'm sorry. Nope, that's not me. Funny enough, both my parents are, have careers, but none of their children do. You know what I'm saying? That's funny. Because the more they try to instill, go to school, it made us not want to do it. I was always rebellious. I'm like, I don't like being told what to do. You tell me to do something, I'm going to do the opposite. I'm like, why do I need to do that? I'm trying to find ways to get things I want without having to work for it. And I always had this mentality since I was young. I'm like, I want to find someone else to do it for me. That's it. Thank you, Sprinkle Sprinkle. Thank you for the donation. Yeah, I just feel at the end of the day, we have the potential, we have the ability to get what we want in here. There's no one that can stop us from getting what we want. All I know is the best thing we can do is put ourselves first as women. We can't think about anything that doesn't serve us. If there's resistance, it's not for us. It's not for us when there's resistance. Thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Because if anything, I think I was listening to this audio just before it came on. And this guy, he went off. It was a pastor. He was like, jobs literally, he said, jobs literally strip away your gift. There's a difference between gift and skill. Skill can always be replaced. But when you have a gift, it can never be taken away from you. So you can go to work for somebody for 20 years. God forbid, Lord Jesus, just thinking about it. Just thinking about the word work. Or, just thinking about that. You can do that for 20 years. And you know that keeping somebody who's older costs way more than hiring a new young buck person. Right? They know that. And then that person will be like, oh my God, like I have such skill. But then it's like, Yeah, but now it can be replaced by someone younger who costs less money. So, of course, you get cut off. But when you have a gift, it can't be taken away from you ever. Your gift is what makes you unique. And it gets stripped the moment you have to work for somebody else. They don't get to see that gift because it's suppressed by all those emotions of not wanting to be working there in the first place. And then when you're working, you're overworked. You're like, you see people walking around like zombies because of lack of sleep. They're sleep deprived. And sleep deprived, that lack of sleep kills. It damages the body. I couldn't believe when I met a woman who said she only gets 4 hours of sleep, but she's married. I'm like, how is that even possible? And my friend who was with me and her both like, what? 4 hours? We were both like, shoot, I like to get 8, 10 hours of sleep. Today I got 9.5 hours of sleep. 9.5 hours. Y'all, when I say I feel rested, even when I went to go drop off my coats for dry cleaning, the woman looked at my hands and she said, wow, your hands are so soft. They look so young. They look pure. That's what she said to me. Your hands look pure. I was like, wow, that's because I don't work. Okay. That's what she said. She said that about my hands. You know, you see when people are working, they literally walk around like zombies because they're dragging. They're tired. They're dragging their tired, exhausted body around. You can just tell. They need sleep. I'm just looking at them. They need sleep. Nothing else. And then they believe that they need to work. They believe that. Men do. But even in the Bible, it says a woman is not supposed to work. Not before a man. You know, and it's crazy because I was like, when she said that, she was looking at us and you can just tell there was envy in her eyes because she's like, I wish I was single again. I wish I was this again. I wish, you can tell she just had so much regret looking at us two young girls living their best life, not having a care in the world because neither of us had careers. Neither of us had a man that was stripping from us and taking from us. Neither of us had that. We were just living our best life because you know what? Who's going to stop us? Who's going to stop me from living my best life? Ain't nobody going to stop me. We being lied to, bamboozled, making you believe that you have to work in order for you to maintain something. You know? And at the baseline of everything we do them to rest, to be happy, to smile. So why can't we just stop chasing all those things and just rest? Just be happy. Just smile. It's free. It's free to be happy. You don't have to work 60 hours to get that happiness. It will never come to you. You said you have to be single, guaranteed she's not getting sleep because she's doing all the household work, plus working outside home. Yeah, she was doing everything. She had 4 children. That was including her husband. Having to clean up after another person takes more time than 50-50 women care to admit. Exactly. Not realizing that is what's killing them. Oh, I forgot let me get my Spanish on. I almost forgot this thing. You know, El, la. You know, it's unfortunate that en el aeropuerto. En el aeropuerto. You know, I'm telling you, it's kind of sad when I hear women, you know, doing the most and getting the least. ¿Dónde está el supermercado? ¿Dónde está el supermercado? You know, I just wish women would just understand that she's the one who creates her happiness. She's the one that is in control of that. She's the one that's in control of her own happiness. She's the one. No one can control that. But until women start understanding what her worth is, which is her how she feels about herself, things always just end up, you know, harder for her without her even realizing it. I just can't imagine, you know, if a woman just learned how to embrace that feminine energy of hers, how much easier her life would be. And, you know, just being more selfish, not being in a relationship with somebody because she doesn't love herself. That's the only time a woman is struggling, is when she doesn't love herself. And I remember when I talked to that girl, I couldn't really relate with her because she wanted to be friends with us after the whole dinner. It was weird because she invited us out, but then she wanted us to pay for ourselves. I was like, okay, who does that? But anyways, so she invited us out to go whatever, to get some food. And then that's when she was talking about like how miserable she was in her, you know, marriage, whatever. And me and my girl were just there listening, like, oh my God, you know, I can't imagine 4 hours of sleep. I don't know how people do it. Anything under 6 hours is like, you're punishing yourself. And anytime a woman's trying to chase some money, she works harder. She ends up becoming more in her masculine energy. And, you know, it causes her to be more angry, more bitter, more miserable. Because, like I said, who wants to work for somebody else? Some women just have a gift but they let it get blocked by situations or by the people that they deal with. They let it get blocked. I'm telling you, schools has made more slaves than ever. Because when you graduate from school, they're not telling you, hey, this is, you know, have your own business, especially for men, because that's what I think. I don't even think a male and female should be in the same school. I think it should be separate. I don't even think, you know, I think it just, everything messes up the moment genders are in the same school. But for anything, men should they need to learn how to, hey, you go to school, have their own business. They don't teach that. They don't teach them to have businesses. They teach them, hey, you know, you go to school and the more you learn, the more you earn. And it's like they teach them how to be robots, be zombies. And then what happens is, you know, all that time that man is working, he's looking for somebody who he could share his misery with, especially if he is somebody who is a worker. He's like, shoot, I don't want to do this by myself. I don't want to work like this. Let me go ahead and find somebody I could pretend I want to be with, but really I want her to be my roommate. And then women get caught into thinking like, oh my God, this guy loves me. But if you working and you giving this man your body, he don't love you. That's not love. And the more a woman becomes more in her feminine energy, she realizes she has to be selfish in order to protect herself, to protect her pockets, to protect her womb, and to protect her time. She literally has to be selfish. That's the only way. She literally has to think like, how is this going to serve me? How is this going to help me out by doing this? Everything should be in her best interest. And if she don't think like that, she's struggling. Everything is supposed to be in her best interest. Everything. The moment she gets out of bed, she's not thinking about fear. She's not thinking about struggling. She's thinking like, man, I'm here. She can carry on that energy by being happy. She can carry on that energy. But the moment she starts thinking about all the things that stresses her, which is usually surrounding around money, she puts herself in fear. She puts herself in lack, and she feels like she has to grind like a whole man in order for herself to feel good. And I know that's what it is. I remember telling this other girl, we stopped talking, whatever. But anyways, she's like, oh, well, some people don't just like sitting on their butts doing nothing. It's like, what do you mean? That's not what it means. You're not just sitting around doing nothing. You're still doing something. You're surviving. Women feel like they got to work in order for them to feel like they're doing something. It's like, that is not the case. I don't got to do anything. And like Sahatu said it earlier, what was it that you said? You would rather rest and look twice your age. Exactly. I'd rather do the same thing. I like feeling complimented that I don't look my age. I love that. That to me is great, not looking like my age, because it's like that tells me I just like to live my life as easy, breezy, beautiful as much as possible, without ever feeling any stressed about anything. Because stress kills more people than ever. And it's like, you don't need to stress when you know that somebody got your back. Like this, it's just so beautiful. Just getting fresh air, walking, just smiling. You just literally holding that energy for yourself. It's like such a beautiful feeling. No one can take it away from you. It feels great. Knowing like, yo, I'm living for me. I love that feeling. Hey, boo. How you doing, Queen of the South? I love it. When you are in your feminine energy, life is so much easier for you. Hello, Diana. You literally get catered to. You literally get catered to. Everything is so amazing. You get catered. I just love it. It's such a nice feeling, not having to do anything outside of yourself. Sometimes just getting off of social media can make your life easier. Getting off of Instagram, getting off of Facebook, getting off of things that you just get reminded of your situation, because sometimes social media will make a woman compare herself. Like, oh man, look how happy this person is. I wish I was like living her life. I wish. And those women can have everything in the world and they're still not happy because they rely their happiness on an external source, not realize that happiness comes within. No one else can make you happy. No one else can make you feel good. You got to find that yourself. What makes you feel good? If it's money, then think about all the money that you are going to receive. And when you think about it, you feel good. It's the feeling. You know, I'm telling you, sometimes less is more, sis. Sometimes less is more because sometimes we feel like we got to buy so much things to feel good. And I'm telling you, you just end up hoarding all these things that you never end up using. I used to do this a lot. I buy so much things. I would still have tags on it. I don't even know why I bought it. And I end up throwing it out or I end up giving it away or I end up donating it, whatever the case is. It was just excess. I just excess things just clouds your mind and clouds your space. It just does too much. It's too much. Because you start thinking like, oh, do I need this? No, you don't. And sometimes I always tell you, before you buy something, wait 3 days. And if after 3 days you're still thinking about it, then sure, get it. Most of the time, that 3 days, you're not even thinking about the thing you wanted to buy in the first place. You know how much times that happened? That happened to me so many times. I'm like, oh, I want this so bad. I was like, okay, let me just do that. Let me just see in 3 days if I still want that thing, I'll go get it. I remember it was this wig that I wanted. Oh my God. It was like, I felt like I was doing it the spur of the moment. I was gonna get it. And I was like, okay. And I'm telling you, I completely forgot about it. I'm like, shoot, I'd rather just have things less is more because it's so much easier to know where everything is. And things are not falling out of your closet because you know, when you get a lot of things, it comes from, and not saying useless, but it comes from a place of lack. Feeling like if I don't, if, or, and that's why a lot of people will hoard things. The hoarders, it's something that they feel like they usually are people who grew up with nothing. So they get a bunch of things to make them feel like I have things. It's like they have all this stuff, and it's like it's not coming with you after you leave here. So what's the point? I just reuse things. You know, this is what it is. Oh shoot, I got spam up in here. Wow. I'm telling you, every time I realize things that happened that made realize things that made my life easier is the moment I start embracing my feminine energy more. I don't even get into none of those things. I literally just focus on things that make me feel good. That's it. I don't pay attention to anything negative. I realize my mind is very sensitive. When I see something negative, it will be my subconscious and probably come through my dreams. So I'm very mindful of what I take in virtually, what I take in, physically, what I hear, whatever. I literally will block out or tune out somebody if I hear somebody complaining. Oh, thank you, boo. I literally tune it out. I'm like, you know what? This is not in my vibration. It ain't got nothing to do with me. I tune it out. I tune it out. What's the point? I'm like, I'm not, that's not nothing to do with me. I'm good. I'll hear somebody complain about something. I'll be like, there's no point to complain. Do something about it. But when I hear somebody complaining about something, I'm like, you want somebody to feel sorry for you. You want to be in that victim mentality, victim mode. It's like, but you put yourself there. So it's like, why are you complaining? You put yourself there. The best thing to do is to focus on the things that make you feel good. So even if it's something that happened in the past or somebody that offended you, Use that as an experience and move on. Just move on. It's no point holding on to anything that's not going to serve you. Just move on. There's power in that. There's power in knowing I don't have to put up with nothing. I love that. I love just focusing on my feelings and what makes me feel good. Because there's no one who could change the way I feel but me. I love waking up and looking at myself in the mirror and saying, girl, you go, girl. You look good. You look like a whole 7-course meal. Woo! I love doing that. I love just looking at my reflection and just like, can't touch this. You know, start dancing. Make it clap. You know what I'm saying? Just, I just feeling myself. That's empowerment. That is understanding your feminine energy. Knowing that you don't have to do anything you don't want to do. I have to repeat that. Just trust that whatever you want is coming to you. But the moment you put fear in, you're tuning out all the greatness that you're entitled to. Sometimes I wonder, I'm like, haven't you suffered long enough? Now, if you see that that's not been working, then it's time to change something. And being happy, that's the best thing you could do for yourself. You live longer, you look more young, you look more youthful. You age gracefully. You age gracefully. Especially finding laughter every day. And I'm telling you, that right there, exactly, it's priceless. How you doing, dang Dion? When you love your presence, when you love your energy, you love your sanctuary, you don't need nobody else in your space. That's the ultimate self-love. You don't have to go searching for it on a dating site or seeing who you can get in contact with or see you haven't heard from. Just focus on you. It's easier. It's easier just to focusing on you. There's no one else who can make you feel any type of way unless you give them the power to. Nobody else. Understanding who your worth is, understanding that, you know what, you are you know, the creator of your destiny. You're the one that determines what goes on in your life. It starts with you. You can do something today by literally making a conscious effort to be happy. Someone who says, I don't have nothing to be happy about, is an ungrateful person. They're not thinking about all the things that they can be grateful for, because that's how you shift your mindset. You got a car and there's someone who doesn't. That is something to be grateful for. You got a roof over your head and there's somebody who doesn't. You're always going to have something better than what somebody else doesn't have, who wish they had. Exactly. Yes. Yep. When the past comes calling, the future is closer than you realize. You don't have to argue with nobody. You don't have to fight with nobody. I get along with all my exes, and I mean, not say all, like it's a lot, but you know, I don't have time. You know, not saying they're my friends, but there's no point of me fighting with any of them. And if they call them, sometimes an ex will come back just to see how stupid you are. That's when the ex will come back. They'll see, is she stupid enough to take me? The only time you talk to an ex, the only time, is if this man is wealthy. That's the only time you want to talk to him, or if you have a child. That's it. But if there's no child involved, this person don't need they don't need your number. In fact, delete any man's number off your phone that has not bought you a house, that has not given you a significant amount of money. They don't exist in your phone. Delete them. I'd be like, who's this? I don't know who this is. There's no point holding on to the past. An ex is an ex for a reason. And I'm not saying you did, but you know. Yeah, same. Yep, don't let an ex spin the block on you. He failed with whomever he's been with. Don't be the fallback. Period. Exactly. Yep, and then you said another one hit you up on Instagram and you're not on social media, so I saw the message late. He has a baby and a new relationship. So clearly he's not happy if he's reaching out to somebody he previously used to be with. And then that is not your problem. That is not your business. Sometimes it is they looking for a side piece. And you know, hey, we already experienced each other, so let's continue. It's like none of my exes have any what's that called? That you don't I don't give them the ability to have access to me. Like I said, the only time they have access is if boom, if I have a child, that's it. But anyone, any other them, I don't even know nothing or anything. Sometimes, like I said, they'll come back into your life to see if you're stupid. If they have some, usually if an ex wants to give you, if he wants to contact you, he must have something to offer you. He must have something to offer you. That's what I think. You know, maybe he has some money he wants to give you for wasting your time, girl. Who knows? Maybe that's what it is. Maybe he said, shoot, I owe her some money. That's probably I owe her some money. I need to go ahead and give her some money. That's what I need to do. I need to go ahead and give her some money because I owe her. That's the least I could do is to give her some money. Maybe this will make you know wrong the things that I did. Or right the wrong that I did. You know, that's the best thing. I love it. Oh, it is such an amazing thing because when you start getting in a higher vibration, you realize there's nothing, you don't need nobody else around you. You know what I'm saying? It's a beautiful feeling when you put yourself first. It's a beautiful feeling. Those who can't keep up and those who don't vibrate on your vibration will literally disappear. It's a reason why you missed that message. It wasn't meant for you to see it or say nothing back. The best thing that you could do to next is ignore. Because if he's not coming with no money, what's his purpose? What's the point, sir? Unless you're coming to give me some money, I mean, then there's no point in you communicating with me, right? Shoot. Exactly. Just be in a high vibration. When you're in a high vibration, I'm telling you, you realize the things that you focus on. You don't focus on anything that's negative, anything that doesn't to resonate with you. You just be more mindful of what you take in. What you take in. Understand that you deserve the best. Put yourself in that energy that you deserve the best, and you will attract nothing but that. Anyways, let me be going in and out. Thank you, ladies, so much. I love y'all. Ladies, at the end of the day, stay happy. Okay? Be happy. Be in the receiving mode. That's it. Be in the receiving mode, ladies. You cannot fail when you put yourself first. You cannot fail. This is the gift of being a woman. You cannot fail when you put yourself first. Okay? Thank y'all. Thank y'all, ladies. Thank you. Ladies, stay receiving. Be happy. And as always, ladies, stay divine.